26 years after his passing, Bob Ross, the television artist famous for his dandelion-fuzz hair and delivery man method of creating a landscape, is still adored for the calming way he dabbed what he called happy little trees and clouds onto his canvas. The Ross faithful is concerned that a forthcoming Netflix documentary about him would reveal some terrible behavior that would permanently sour those happy recollections because of its foreboding title and frightening trailer. The Netflix documentary follows the battle that arose between Ross's son, friends, and business partners when Ross died of cancer at the age of 52. Ross's decade-plus of PBS broadcast had already established him as a guru to countless viewers who followed in his footsteps to become amateur artists, and the sale of pop culture memorabilia, as well as painting items with his name and unique appearance, continue to make a fortune today. Since his death, there has also been legal squabbling, charges of ill behavior and disrespect, and anger and animosity among the survivors. Whenever I tell friends or colleagues that I am making a doc about Bob Ross because they know my work and they know it's usually pretty dark, they say, "Oh my God, you're gonna ruin Bob Ross for me." I assure them that on the contrary, I think you'll leave the movie perhaps loving him even more. Says director Joshua Ruffey, whose previous docs include the recent true crime series Sasquatch and 2019's Lorena about Lorena Bobbitt. The more I learned about him, the more empathy I found myself having for this man, who I only knew from the show. According to Ruffey, the lack of material in the trailer is due to fair use restrictions, which enable him to utilize clips from The Joy of Painting in the film, but not in the promotion. However, Bob Ross did not cause any harm. His absence did. A prior ruling made by the courts during an inheritance dispute in the late 1990s gave complete control of Bob Ross Incorporated to Annette and Walt Kowalski, Ross's longtime business associates who helped the soft-spoken artist build a multi-million-dollar brand. The movie clearly shows that Ross also wanted to see his son, Steve, pick up the brush and continue his profession. Steve, who could be seen on The Joy of Painting creating his landscapes, is included in the documentary. He expresses dissatisfaction with how the Kowalskis and BRI, now led by their daughter Joan Kowalski, have used his father's name. Steve was involved in a lawsuit launched in 2017 to reclaim possession of the Bob Ross name, but he lost the case 2 years later, and the appeal was halted by an undisclosed deal between the groups. It's debatable if the term exploitation really describes what happened because it's a strong word. Whether Bob Ross would have become Bob Ross if not for the Kowalskis' managerial and financial skills is an unanswerable issue that hangs over the film. The corporation most definitely disagrees. If not for the efforts of the remaining founders and their dedication to the mission, Bob's artistic and cultural relevance and his expressed desire to become the world's most beloved painting teacher and friend would have been lost decades ago with his passing, the Kowalskis and BRI said in a statement to Vanity Fair. BRI claims that the film is an attempt to resurrect past issues. Bob Ross may not have disclosed the underlying structural aspects of his organization, which are fairly typical in tiny private enterprises with family and friends. The company stated in a statement, again, without having seen the video, it appears that these charges are an attempt to relitigate claims launched against Bob Ross Incorporated in 2017 by RSR Art LLC, a firm that Bob's son Steve owns a portion of. 2 decades later, after being shown on Twitch and Netflix, where a whole new generation was enchanted by Ross and his quick-draw landscapes, the original Joy of Painting episodes has returned to the public consciousness. The commercialization of Steve's father's image is his biggest grievance. My father was not so interested in material gain. His true agenda was to bring joy to the world by inspiring people to create their works of art. Mainly, he wanted to renew people's hopes, refresh their confidence, and teach his viewers a way to expand their beliefs in themselves. He wrote, Steve Ross feels a special sadness for his father since he refused his father's efforts to involve him in his business when he was alive. This is something else he emphasizes in the doc. The young man wishes he could be anywhere else in the video showing 80s era Steve painting on the TV show while his father encourages him on. Now, at the age of 55, 3 years older than his father, he longs to be reunited with his father. As kids, we all want to defy our parents and hang out with our friends, but as we get older, we begin to understand that our parents are pushing us to be greater than themselves because they seek the best for us. Steve told Vanity Fair, "Like all young kids who know little about this world, I thought I knew everything as a teenager, but had limited reference concerning what the world had to offer. I had lost hope in the world and the decency of people and knew that what could set me free was the truth about my dad, an artist, a man of such integrity who I deeply miss. I struggled a lot and gave up painting for a time." The film's one happy conclusion is that Steve now picks up his father's brush and paints his mountains and rivers while teaching others the methods he learned from his father. That isn't something he can lose or have taken away from him. It's in his blood, he explains. Probably couldn't get it out with a paint thinner transfusion. So guys, that was it for this video. What did you think about our video? Let us know in the comments section below. If you are new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching.